It's Figuarts time! It's Figuarts time! Figuarts time! Yeah! With 2013 ushering in Zyuranger figures like the Tyranno and Dragon Rangers, it would be a travesty if Bandai didn't continue to fill out the team. And next on the chopping block, May the Pink Hold up! This isn't the Japanese release. Bandai has been in part working with US distributor Bluefin to celebrate Mighty Morphin Power Rangers' 20th anniversary by releasing the Figuarts stateside with revamped English packaging. I jumped the gun when she was released, not knowing by paying a premium and finding a seller, I could get my mitts on the Tamashii web shop exclusive Japanese release. Boysenberries! The box is in the same shape and style as previous Sentai Figuarts, with the opened window display and photo of the figure beside the actual product. This being the US release, we have the MMPR logo with the nice anniversary tagline beneath, and Pink Ranger running down the side of the window. I really like the side of the box because the text is perforated in metallic blue, and I love it! The back is the same as others, showing off a few posing options and selling points for the figure. Man, this toy looks good! She may be a figure, but this looks just like a suit actor, with all of the attention to detail that might confuse you if you only glance at it quickly. Like all of the seam lines, ridges on the gloves, details and folds to the boots, and even the undersides of her feet! And that gorgeous, gorgeous helmet. While the costume is done in a flat coat of paint, the head receives a glossy application, giving that look of a fabric costume and whatever the helmet is made of. No expenses were cut, and even attention was given to her belt. She's got her trusty gun holster, which pivots back and forth, and even her morpher is exquisitely sculpted. You can even make out her pterodactyl power coin in there, a point most companies would probably skip over. With this being a female figure, she has a different body and built smaller than her male teammates, so she doesn't share any parts with them. And as a modern figure, we finally have a Pink Ranger with a skirt, since all of the figures we had back in the 90s were without this. It's made of a thin, pliable plastic and doesn't get in the way of posing because of the slits given to the side. The articulation is no different than any other Zyuranger or MMPR Figuarts before it, which includes great movements in the head, ball shoulders, double elbows, ball wrists, ab rocker, waist, those extendable hips, double knees, ball ankles, and toes. I'm saying it now, I think she poses better than any of her male counterparts. Maybe that's due in part to her smaller build and thinner pieces. Or maybe I'm just talking out of my rear end. She comes packaged with a pair of fists in the box, but you didn't expect these to be her only option. Not at all! In addition to these, she is issued 3 other pairs of hands. Kind of sparse for a Figuarts. There are 3 different hands for holding weapons, 2 open hands, and 1 specialty hand which is molded with her arrow in it. Closer inspection reveals it's 2 pieces. The hand and the end of the arrow are one, while the shaft and tip are separate. However, they are permanently fixed and not meant to be removed. To switch hands, pop them off at the wrists and replace. Since this figure is smaller, so are the wrist pegs, so I advise you to be very cautious when swapping, so you don't potentially break them. I said her hands can hold weapons, which she does come with, but she doesn't have much. 3, in fact. For her holster, she gets a collapsed thunderstick, which fits snugly in there or can be held in any of her weapon-holding hands. She doesn't come with one in gun mode, and I'm kind of perplexed why she doesn't. It would seem like a logical inclusion, but no! Next up is a Ranger Slinger, only adding insult to injury because it's the combined version of the gun mode Thunderstick and Thunder Slinger. Still looks cool though, with plenty of intricate details and paint apps. Lastly is her power bow! You didn't think we'd get an arrow without a bow, did you? Not too much to it other than all the small paint apps, but it looks really good. The pink line work on the underside is a nice touch, and great to get a bow with painted details after almost 20 years! Here's where I take issue with the bow. Actually, the hands. The plastic is on the stiff side, and the grip is molded too tight to easily get a hold on the bow. It takes a lot of effort on my part, and I'm afraid if I do this too often, I risk breaking the weapon. So once I get the hand on, it's staying on. In many of my reviews, I usually bring up that small shoulder piece to hide the mechanics of the figure's shoulder articulation. Pink is no different. Her piece is much smaller due to her build. That said, it doesn't get in the way as much as others, giving her better movement, and doesn't flop around. Only downside is the metal connector is more easily seen, but depending on how you pose her, it's easily hidden. With the Pink Ranger, the Zyuranger team is half completed. Not only that, she fulfills the need of those wanting to add more MMPR, Zyurangers, Pink Rangers, and female figures to their collection, which has my male Figuarts clamoring for her attention.